Hello and welcome to Then What Happened. Quite a few years ago, an older lady who was a friend of ours, family friend, she was an artist. She did a lot of paintings and sculptures, and different things. And we were at her house one day and she brought out a painting. And I thought she was just showing us her work, and she talked about it and talked about how she felt when she was doing it and what the scene meant to her. And then she gave it to me. It was a big surprise to me that she would give it to me. She gave it to me and she said, "As I was doing this, I thought of you." And she began to tell me that the scene reminded her of something she knew I had gone through in my life and was going through, and where she thought that was going to lead. And it was kind of a weird thing to me at that moment, but afterward, and several years after, it really became clear to me. And now when I look at that painting and see it on my wall at my house, after so many years later, it still reminds me of surviving the struggle that I was going through at that moment. Art is so varied. There's so much variety in art, and I love art. An artist leaves behind a part of them, a piece of them, when they do art. That lady has long since passed from this life, but she left something for me that every time I see it reminds me of that moment, but also reminds me of her. Art is like life. Life is like art. We see it differently. If I had merely walked by and seen that painting hanging on the wall, I'm not sure what conclusion I would have drawn. She gave me something to think about and told me her feelings, and that inspired me, not at that moment so much. As I said, it was somewhat of a weird experience, but later I can truly say it inspired me, it motivated me, it gave me encouragement and strength. And I still draw from that so many years later. What do you see as you go through life? If you go to an art gallery, I spend some time in those, and I hope that you will look and try to imagine and try to feel something from what those artists have left behind. Some of them are still practicing artists with us, and some are long since passed. And they leave a memento. What you are doing in life, where you are, what contribution you are making will leave something. Art especially leaves a piece of that artist. Music leaves something of that musician's heart. And since we have recordings and we can watch videos and we can listen after people are long gone, it makes an impact for years to come. But how do you see it? When you look at nature, what does it make you think of? We're all different. I don't have to tell you that. We know that. But what we gain, don't be afraid to gain your own experience, to gain your own fulfillment. Not everything is great and good and lovely and beautiful. Some things are very difficult. Some things cause us to struggle. And what I was going through at the time that painting came to me was not a pleasant experience. But now the memory of coming through and seeing and knowing that someone had a vision and someone had an imagination that caused them to create something for me. Look around you. Take the good from life. Take the art from life. Take the creations of others and make that a part of who you are and what you are. The words to songs stick with us. The words to poetry. The lyrics of certain things and verses that we apply to our life. Make all of those things come alive to you. How do you see it? How do you read it? What does it say to you? And let that be an inspiration for your future. Whether you are going through a great time in your life and everything seems wonderful, or you're going through some dark place or struggle, realize that there is an inspiration for you. There is a courage for you that's built into humanity. And what we contribute, what some of you contribute here, is inspiring others. It's giving us some motivation, some word, some strength. Follow that. Listen to that. Let that be your inspiration for life. Let that fulfill you. Let that motivate you for tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on Then What Happened. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.